everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 28 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series, where I think I'm about to get a cow in a jar. Haha, it worked! Neat. It worked. Dun 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 dun. Hello, cow in a jar. How are you doing? Good job making milk for me. Very proud of you. You're doing excellent. So today I would like to do two things. One, I want to start looking at ForceCraft a little bit. We're not totally done with Britannia, but I want to look through ForceCraft just to see what kind of cool stuff you can get from it. Just because I'm curious, like, what's this mod all about? I haven't played with it too much. One thing I do know you eventually get is a tick accelerating torch that can tick accelerate all the things. And I also know we're going to get a Force book, so that's what we're probably going to start with pretty early on. I'm assuming I don't have already one. Yeah, okay, cool. So we'll start learning about Force and ForceCraft and all that good stuff in tandem with doing a little something to get my Britannia stuff rolling a little bit better. The Munchdew flower setup that I did last episode is working, but it's a little slow. It's not quite as fast as I would like the production of mana to be. So I'm going to try to make cake using cyclic. So you can make cake in a solidification chamber with 1 egg, 1 wheat, 1 sugar, and some milk. And I just made an infinite milk machine. So I'm thinking we're going to try that out. So solidification chamber. Let's get a couple of you. And then a couple of you. Hey, did I just make one of these? And let's see, then a couple of these. And we're going to see how this works out. So, you, sir, are going to get milk somehow. I haven't figured out how exactly yet, but we're going to figure it out together. Do you, like, potentially jump? No, I don't think so. I didn't think you would do that, but it was, you know, guy can dream. Let's see about pipes. And a wrench of some kind. Are you going to get milk now? Oh, excellent. Nice. Okay, cool. And then eggs. I'm going to go down to my mob farming area to get a stack of eggs, because we should have some, because I'm collecting a bit, right? You only stack up to 128? Is that right? I guess so. Eggs only stack up to 16. Okay, fair enough. I should throw an upgrade in there. I should absolutely throw, you know, something in there. And then let me get a couple more chests. And maybe 2 more of these. And that should be cool. Good enough for now. Just so we can build up a larger accumulation of eggs. Is there anything else that I probably wouldn't mind having more ender pearls as well? Is there anything else that needs an upgrade right now? Overall, I don't think so. Wither skeleton skulls is a little slower than I would like it to be. Though I could always put more wither skeleton jars in there. There's nothing that says you can only have 1 jar at a time, as far as I know. Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. But how are you doing? Just potatoes and iron, that's all. I've been kind of just leaving that thing broken because I need to get my blink spell. I think blink lets you blink through walls, and that would be super cool. But I need a tier 3 book first. We'll get there. Lots to do. Lots of cool stuff to check out. So now that I've got some eggs and some sugar and some wheat, and then the only other thing we will need is a pipe. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I could probably just borrow you. That should do. Okay. That makes life easy. Hey, look at that. It's working. Sweet. So he's just going to sit there and make cake for me all day long? And if I give that guy a little bit more speed, The milk is a little bit on the slower end. Oh, and you know what? It looks like he does not... And I don't know if it's a full bucket it needs, by the way. Doesn't look like it. I think it'll work with any amount of milk, which is interesting. It's a thing, right? Let's just use a quick item pipe here to get the cake out, because clearly that's going to be something that's going to be fun to set up. So let's do a functional storage drawer. And that should be cool. Yeah, works for me. All right, so that works. That may not live there forever like that, but at least for now we have a handful of cakes getting made. The hassle is going to be getting more eggs in there, but that is a hassle that can easily be fixed. Yeah, not terrible. So I might think about where I'm going to put this, but we'll figure it out. You only hold up to 32 cakes? Okay, cool. I'm going to definitely want you to hold more than that. That should be cool. And now you'll be able to hold up to 2,000 cakes. That'll be good. So yeah, feeding that guy the eggs, wheat, and whatnot will be a good approach. Okay. That could work. Yeah, I could see that working. And then I'll make a quick Kekimuris. So that's 2 white, 2 orange, 2 brown. I should put away a lot of this junk that I have in my inventory at the moment. Like a lot of this junk. And then we're going to get into ForceCraft. 2 white, 2 orange. I can make 1. 2 brown. Gluttony and Pixie Dust, which I'm pretty sure Pixie Dust is a mana pearl. And Gluttony was Winter and Fire, right? Winter and Fire. With 2 diamonds. Easy enough. All right, do I have this guy ready? And then I'm also going to need my living stone. Oh, and a seed. Always forget the seeds. Okay. So 2 of you. Hey, how'd you do that? This goes in here, I believe. There we go. That's your pixie dust. And then you two with you two. And I do have to find a better place for that whole cake production setup. But we'll get there. Did I ever finish my... Or did I ever save my water spell? Probably not. Touch. There you go. Okay. Beautiful. And maybe I want to dedicate it. But no, I think we can just throw the spreader. That should be fine. And then you'll bind to... I want you bound to this guy. Cool. And then if we bring... We're going to need to place it somehow. We can place it with a spell turret, though there's probably better ways to place that guy, right? Yeah, there probably are. What do we got for placing options? Something magical, though, if I could. I could probably just go with the Rs turret. Yeah, let me just make a quick turret for that. We'll do basic spell turret. And maybe I'll enchant that just to make it you know, cooler. So I just need 2 of these, and that should be good. Then we'll just do a quick spell to place it, and maybe we'll do a similar redstone timer. That might be cool. All right, so let's bring this stack, well, 64 cakes out there with me. And this will be a nice basic setup until we get something a little bit more fancy going on. So what we'll want to do is, let's rearrange this a little bit so that you've got, what if I did that, right? And then you make sure to bind to this guy. Same for you. That means all 4 of you are bound to that one. Perfect. Cool. All right. And then what we could have is another mana spreader here bound to this guy. Now you're going to want... might want to move him back 1. You need to exist here? Probably not, but whatever. So then detector, spreader, going to there. So you guys are all going to that guy. Cool. And then the Kekimurus goes here, bound to this guy, and then that'll shoot its mana to that. Okay? And then what we can have is our spell turret. I think that's facing the wrong way, though. And the cake. And then you're going to be given touch place block. Right? And then I just need... That's cool, as long as you're bound to that guy still. A little bit of redstone. I need to go mining again too, by the way. But, meh, we'll see. One of these days. I'm having fun changing it up. Just, you know, doing things different than I normally do. Will you trigger that? That's a good question. Thinking probably not. I might need that redstone-y thingy. That redstone pen. Do I not have it? I thought I put it in my backpack. Nope. I will say, this thing is really cool. Like that. Okay. And then your sequence will be... when a redstone signal is received, loop the cycle once, restart if new pulse arrives, right? And we'll kind of make it the same as this. So we'll start with 5 and 8, see how that works out. With that enabled. And we'll see if that's cool. And then to manually start the sequence, we're going to need a button press. Cool? So same kind of deal, right? It's pulsing on a somewhat regular basis. It'll eventually eat up all that cake. And then that guy's working the same way. But since they're different spreaders and different redstone cycles, they're not going to affect each other. That's cool. And then once the cake's all done, right? Wow, the Kekimurus makes a lot of mana for a piece of cake. That is not too shabby. I'm going to need a better mana spreader here. For sure. For sure. Also, the length of time it takes for the mana to get to the pool is a little bit of a delay for us, but it's alright. We'll live. It's kind of cool, though, right? So it waits until the Kekimurus is completely empty, and then the mana spreader is completely empty before it kicks off again. That's not going to be too bad. That is not going to be too bad at all. Now, when the pool fills up, we never talked about what's going to happen, but when the pool fills up, the cycle will stop. The redstone signal will fire another place block. If there's already cake there, which is probably going to be the case, it just won't do anything, right? Then there won't be another redstone signal because the mana spreader won't fire. So this thing will just sit here and wait. But there'll probably be mana in the spreader. And then, when the mana pool, some mana gets used up, it's going to allow a redstone, or it's going to allow a mana burst to go through the thing again, restarting the redstone cycle. So, the same with this guy, right? So he'll probably fire, he might break and place, but that's okay. And then there won't be any spread going, so there won't be any pulsing happening. So this should work even when there's, you know, a whole, like, full pool sitting here. So I think this works pretty well. The only thing I might do to make my life a little bit easier is get some living, and we instead get a better spreader, so like the Elven mana spreader. That's just going to be Dreamwood and Elementium, which is 2 mana steal, unless that changed. Cool. Yeah, that should be fine. There we go. Perfect. Works for me, right? And then we just make a new mana spreader, which is good. And we could probably make a new lens, maybe? And we could toss... We should have a fire lens in there. And if we wanted to, we could make some velocity lenses and glue them together. So they'd be a velocity plus... It would be a composite lens. But I don't know if it's necessary, really. So then all we need to do to get this working a little bit better... it's fine. We'll waste a little bit of mana. Is get you placed to here with your lens on you. And then that'll burn through the mana in the Kekimeris that much faster. Cool. And that'll just be a faster process for us. Pretty cool. I like it. That works for me. That's fun. I'm liking this little sequence setup that I did here. It worked for both of them, which is awesome. And the spell turrets, you can do some cool stuff with this thing. I'm just saying. Yeah, see, we're definitely burning through the mana in the Kekimeris that much faster now. So 100% a better approach. Nice. All right, so let's take a break from Botania for a few. I'm going to let that mana build up. Is there anything else I want to do? You know what I might want to do? What I might want to do is just have like a little pool of mana, like a little battery of mana pools, like do a spark with dispersive and all that. Let me do that real quick. Let me get the stuff for it. All right, I should have enough for probably 6 pools. That'll be a good starting point for this. So this will just give me lots more mana storage, because my plan is to go like do some other things, come back and find out that I've produced a whole bunch of mana while I was gone. At least hopefully that's what'll happen. I do need to throw more saplings in here to ensure this keeps running. But the simple plan here is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Throw down 6 sparks. Make myself one of these so that I can make you, and you a recessive spark. Throw that on there, and then that's going to dump all the mana out of this thing and put it into any nearby pools with sparks on them. So all the mana that goes here goes into these pools, and then eventually this will fill up. So hopefully we come back in a few episodes and have a ton of mana. How cool would that be? All right, let's get into ForceCraft. All right, so it looks like one of the first things I need to get is an infuser. So let's check that out. Force infuser. We're going to need a force rod, which is going to need a force stick, which is a couple force logs. And then force ingot, which, just to be clear, would be 2 gold and a gem would make 3, or 2 iron and a gem would make 2. I must have had this from at one point before. And then an enchanting table. Easy peasy. I'm very interested to see... Oh my goodness, we actually have a force rod already. Well, there you go. Hey, new chapters unlocked. Yay! Completed ForceCraft has reached tier 0. Neat. I was wondering if there were more chapters, because looking through the book there wasn't a lot. Oh yeah, look at that. Tier 0 infusions. Okay, so it does unlock new chapters as you progress through the book. So let's see. I'm going to flip through here and see what we've got. Bacon is a food item. Use shears on a pig. Okay. Sweet. Baconator automatically feeds you, which sounds good. Bottled Wither. The Bottled Wither is a portable wither that can be spawned in by right-clicking the ground with the bottle. Be careful, though, as it has no charge time and will immediately start destroying the area. It can be created by setting an inert core on fire and right-clicking the fire with a force rod. Okay. That's interesting. That's kind of cool. Once inert, it can be turned into a bottled wither. That's a thing. We're gonna have to try that, right? I mean, I need another star anyway. So I feel like we need to check this out. So I'm putting that on my to-do list. So it looks like there's a force engine, which produces RF. Liquid force seems to be the best fluid to do that with. And you can multiply it with nothing, water, or milk. Well, we just automated milk in a fun way, so we might want to check that out. You can capture mobs with a force flask. To capture a mob, you sneak right-click with the flask in hand to throw it at the mob. The flask can also be right-clicked on a cow to get a milk flask. Okay. That's cool. With the force furnace, you can smelt blocks and items similar to a vanilla furnace, but twice as fast. Once an upgrade is applied, taking it out will void it. Okay, so speed core, 5 times as fast. Heat core, increase the furnace efficiency. Grinding core will change the furnace to grinding mode. With grinding mode, you can use grinding recipes. Neat. Freezing mode, freezing a blaze rod into a bone. Interesting. Will increase the experience that is gained from smelting. Okay. I'm curious what grinding core does. Do we have like a list of oh yeah, we do. Okay, nice. All right. I was wondering if it would do like ore doubling, because I'm kind of looking for another way to do ore doubling outside of what I'm currently doing if I can, but yeah, it's okay if I don't. Well, this is interesting. Look at all these cool recipes. Okay, that's neat. Looks like the force rod can be used to make a lot of things. It can uncraft some stuff, which is interesting. It can transmute things, so mutton into chicken. It can turn enchanted books into bottles of enchanting. Neato. Definitely some cool stuff here. I'm just kind of getting my head wrapped around what you can do with this mod right now, because I'm interested to see what's in here and if there's cool stuff that we can do to augment our R's and Britannia things. And the force shears, I remember this one, lets you shear cows to get leather. That's cool. And I'm curious how that'll work with my jarred cow downstairs, because that could be neat. Okay. First we need the infuser, and then we need liquid force. Liquid force is added by inserting force gems into the slot above the liquid tank. The third requirement is an upgrade tome, which is required for infusions. Without it, the infuser will not function. To upgrade the tome, you need to acquire force points and complete all infusions in the current tier. Okay, and then there's upgrade cores, which we kind of talked about a little bit. Alright, so these are tier 0 infusions that can be executed by default. Complete all tier 0 infusions to upgrade your tome to the next tier. Alright, so do I need to make a tome, or is it already in there? So there's an upgrade tome that we can make, and there's an experience tome. That looks like it stores experience, which is neat. But I kind of already have a bunch of things that do that, so that's okay. So that I assume goes in here, and then we add force gems, is that right? So I've got a bunch of force gems, luckily I can just toss in there. All right, and that generates liquid force. Nice. Okay. Hey, and look at that. So this infusion does the following. On a force sword, adds 1 level of knockback per item. On a force sword, adds 1 level of sharpness per item. On a force bow, and then force armor. Interesting. I wonder what a force bow looks like. I mean, is a force bow any different than a regular bow? Okay. I might be able to make one of these. No, we need some force ingots, which I'm going to do the iron recipe, because believe it or not, I'm almost out of gold. So then, apparently we need claws. Alright, I'm going to have to kill some bats, because that's where claws come from. Bats are just such a weird entity to have to go fight because they're so random to find. You know, you always run into them when you don't want to or don't need them at all. But then all of a sudden you need one, and you're like, I don't know where to even look for a bat. Like, I don't even know their spawn rules. I think they spawn in the dark, but I think they can also spawn in the light. I don't even know. I know I've gotten bats in lit up areas. That's all I know. And finding them is not super easy, but I'll find one, and then I'm going to capture it, and then put it in a jar, and then I'm going to let my Drigme take care of it. Cool. Found one. Come here, you. I should be able to just spam left click and hopefully catch him. Hey, what? You're supposed to be captured. This is a staff of ensnarement. Left click to capture, not harm. What's this about? Can I not capture bats for some reason? That seems weird, right? Let me try this other one. Where'd he go? Yeah, why is he... Well, I got 21 claws from killing a bat because of the massive number of stuff. And I don't even have looting on my sword yet, right? I haven't even gotten to that point. So I'll just call that a win. Alright, so then I should be able to put just one of these in here. Is that all there is to it? Start infusion. Oh, slot 1 is open at the top. Got it. The start infusion button is a thing. Infuser. Requirements? Get started, the following items are required. Firstly, the infuser requires power in the form of RF. Haha, we haven't done that part yet. Alright, guess who's coming with me? I wonder if you retain your liquid force when I move you. I have no idea. So what I'm going to do is just get some pipes. $16 should be enough, right? And then once we decide, you know, how much of a thing we need to do here, we'll go from there, right? I don't know if we need a room for it or not. I have no idea. Like, it might be that ForceCraft is literally just this one block. I don't know. I don't know this mod at all. So we're learning it together. Cool. Now you've got power. Now you're ready to start infusion. Ha! I love the ding! That was beautiful. I loved every part of that. Awesome. All right. So that gave me sharpness. And then if I got a gold nugget... Interesting. On a 4 sword adds 1 level of knockback per item. Can I not... Is it a force nugget or a gold nugget? Am I forgetting? Am I not clear on what's what here? Oh, it's a force nugget. My bad. That would be why. I've got force nuggets. Can you shift click in? You can. Nice. Okay. Start infusion is grayed out though, and I don't know why. Is it cause we have power? We have force. I would imagine that it doesn't have to be like a fresh new sword, right? Like I should be able to apply knockback to the sword even though there's already sharpness on it. What I could do is remove the enchant. Potentially. Nope. Can't. Not that way, at least. How about this way? Oh, yep, I can. That works. Sharpness 1, go away. And now we've got a fresh 4 sword ready to get infused. Start infusion. Why don't you want to work now? This infusion does the following. I wish it would tell me why you can't. Why no work? RF, done. Liquid force, done. Upgrade tome, done. So I would think that this would work. Let me throw just one more of these in here, just in case that or somehow tricks it into behaving itself. Huh. Unless it needs more force than that. Apparently it works on an axe as well. I mean, I could try breaking it, but I'm worried about losing all that liquid force. What are the chances that I can drain the what? Bucket mode off. There we go. And you. Excellent. I can drain. That'll make me feel better about breaking this block. What I'll do is maybe leave like 1 bucket's worth of liquid force in there. Well, I won't be able to leave 1 bucket, but yeah, you get. Well, I can leave 1 bucket because this is going to be a full tank's worth. Okay, so what I can do is throw 1 in here, and it'll have 500 millibuckets of force. Now I'm going to break this thing. Put my back claws away. Did the infuser like break? Am I crazy? I got my sword. Am I nuts? Did it fall down? Or did it not break properly? It may have not broken properly? Oh well, I'll just have to make a new one. That's okay. I still got my upgrade tome though, and that's kind of the important bit. You don't want to lose that. That would be a bad time. Why do I have a baked potato? I have no idea. Don't ask me why. I don't know these things. So let's make another force infuser. Not a big deal. Okay. Oh, look at you. You're filling up with RF. Okay, cool. All right, now if I put you and you in there, you're going to say upgrade tome slot empty. You probably need a couple of these. I don't know how much force you need, but I feel like it can't be that much, right? I mean, I could always just fill this thing up all the way and see what happens. I mean, there's no way it needs 64 buckets of liquid force to do this, like, tier 0 thing, right? I feel like that's definitely not possible. Nope. So why don't you want to work? What am I missing here? Force nugget, force sword, and that's all there is to it. Valid knockback tools. Why is that? Start infusion. What? What are you infusing now? Oh, it's got 1,000 force in it. Okay. Can I infuse you now? I don't know what that does. I don't know what that did. I have no idea. I don't get this mod. Let me do some Googling. The only other thing I can try is that. Well, that worked. Okay. That's cool. Now, just out of curiosity, maybe I derped up the Force Sword somehow? Maybe I broke it? I don't know. Because now I can't put the claw on it either. Maybe I would need to make a new Force Sword. Now, how about you? Can you? No, you don't want to be infused either. Huh. Okay. But does that mean that I've now done... So you are at tier 0. Okay. Next tier, 46 points. You get force points for applying infusions. So if I got more force nuggets... You don't seem to want to do nothing no more. Now, just out of curiosity, can I infuse you? Would that give me force points? I like the sound effects, though. Nah, I love the ding. The ding is what's up. All right, so next tier, 46 points. I mean, don't tell me I have to apply, like, this enchant 20 more times, because that doesn't sound fun. Let me read. It does say force points 50, and next tier is 46. So I wonder if 2 more will work. Maybe? So let me see if I can disenchant this Force Axe again. If I can't, no biggie. And I wonder if I can... I wonder if I can do other things besides Force Axe. Yeah, so just for fun, we're going to remove that and then see if we can reapply the nugget. Right? So you go here and you go here. See, yeah, look, it's grayed out again. But I bet if I make a new Force Axe, it'll be cool. Maybe? Let me make another Force Sword while I'm at it, too. Let me put these in, like, a chest for now, because those are the broken ones, right? Okay. So you guys do this. And then we would want another sword and another axe. Okay, so you and the Batwing is working again. And now we have 75 points, and we need 21 to get to the next tier. Okay, cool. Now, if I try to do this, it's going to say no. Got it. If I do this, I cannot do Batwing, but I can do that. Okay, so at tier 1, we can do some other stuff. All right, I'm getting it now. Hey, look at that. New chapters unlocked. Sweet. Tier 1 infusions. Can be executed by having an upgrade tome of at least tier 1. Complete all tier 1 infusions to upgrade your tome to the next tier. So, Heat on Force Tools attempts to smelt any Mind Block drop. On Force Armor increases Force Punch damage by half a heart per item and sets mobs on fire. Lumberjack on a Force Axe breaks every wooden block in a vertical pillar instantly using twice the durability. And then Speed on Force Tools is efficiency. On the bow, it makes arrows fly faster and further. On armor, increases player movement speed. Okay. And then on Upgrade Core, converts Upgrade Core to a Speed Core for Force Furnace. All right, so that's neato. So let's try this. So sugar, right, is how we get speed. So can I apply sugar to you? It would appear that the answer is no. But look, now both these two slots are both unlocked now. But that's interesting, as I can't apply sugar to an already enchanted tool. That's kind of... How about you? Can I put sugar on you by chance? Nope. He says no. That is not an option. That's kind of a bummer. Because it means that I need to make a new sword every time I want to do this. That doesn't sound right. All right, so here's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to wrap up here. I'm going to mine for a little bit to get more resources. Then we'll come back, and I'll explore what I can do once we progress past tier 1. So I'll probably... I'm guessing what I need to do is make a bunch of swords and axes and just upgrade them all. You know, with speed and all that stuff. So, like, I could make an upgrade core, right? And that just needs an experience tome, which is tier 2. So we won't be able to make that just yet, because we need a tier 2 infuser before that can happen. So we won't be able to do that speed thing yet on this bit, but we can still do these, right? So I could get a force bow, for example. Easy enough. And then apply sugar to that, right? Did I leave the sugar somewhere? Where did the sugar go? Oh, there it is. Okay. And then that works. Ding. Speed 1. Sweet. Okay. And then that brings me up to 29 force points, 71 needed for next level. So I'm guessing you get about 25 points per craft, right? So that means you have to do 4 of these. But you have to do at least all 3, right? So we still need to do, before I can progress, heat and lumberjack, right? So if I did this, and we got our axe, I assume that this is not going to work. It actually won't even let me put this, shift click it in there. Right. Okay. But if I made a new axe with some gold, this might be the last of my gold. It is. I was correct about that. Okay, and then we can zoinks, ding. I like the ding. And then we have lumberjack. Cool. I just need to figure out like what I can do with all these things to, you know, get my force back. If I could decraft those, that would be cool. Arc furnace recycling can do it. I was just looking at something that can decraft things. I wonder if wasn't this supposed to be able to decraft stuff-ish? Give you back resources from it? Doesn't look like it works on force things, which is funny. Like this is what I was going for, but it doesn't work on the ForceCraft stuff. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, wrapping up point. Devil20 sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Gonna mine between episodes, come back and do some more stuff. For now, take it easy.